So the Kansas City Chiefs defensive line, they absolutely showed out against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And not only the defensive line, the defense as a whole showed out. And this is going to make the Kansas City Chiefs very, very powerful. And the reason why I say that is because now that Patrick Mahomes has a top 5, what really looks like a top 3 defense so far, it's going to be very scary for the NFL. If this offense can come along like how it's supposed to and really, really do well like how it's going to, then the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be a very, very hard team to beat. And that's going to display when we play teams like the Dolphins, Eagles, the Bengals, and the Bills. We will show out against them teams, and hopefully our offense is clicking by then, which it absolutely should be, and the defense keeps this up. Man, we're going to be a very hard team to beat, and I don't see us losing in the playoffs as well. So the offense has to get on track. But right now, this video is about the defense and how dangerous this could be for the NFL and why this makes the Chiefs super powerful. And yeah, man, we know the Chiefs haven't been the team that we usually are, the first 2 games of the season. We lost against the Lions the first week. But that's really because of the offense having a lot of drops, and miscues and stuff like that. Then on Sunday, which was yesterday, we went on the road. We beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 17-9. We had a bunch of offensive penalties, a bunch of turnovers, but the defense had a very great performance, and that's the reason why we really won the game, man. And the offense, I get it. It's very frustrating for us Chiefs fans, but the early defensive play should definitely have us happy and have the rest of the NFL worried. And the defense looked very solid in the opener against the Lions. The return of Chris Jones, though, it really ramped up things another notch, which I really said I knew that was going to happen. It ramped things up another notch. I said that was going to happen. Lawrence, he wasn't comfortable ever in the game. He wasn't in a rhythm, and they couldn't finish things off in the red zone. The Chiefs had 4 sacks on the day, several more pressures, and it wasn't just the pass rush. The tackling was also good. The overall run defense was great. And I understand it's just 2 games. Let's not get carried away. But you can make a very strong case that the offense will get better and the defense could either maintain this level or can even improve, which would be even more scarier. And the offense has a proven track record. Like the Chiefs defense doesn't. The Chiefs defense doesn't, but the offense have a proven track record. Chiefs offense under Andy Reid was better than what we've ever seen this season, even before Patrick Mahomes took over at quarterback. Reid has a history of offensive reliability, and ever since Mahomes became under center, they've just been rewriting the history books. So I'm not really worried about the offense. I think it's going to be great again, and Andy Reid is at the helm. Patrick Mahomes is at quarterback. Kels is still very dominant. The offensive line is very reliable, so I think that we'll find a way to be successful on the offensive side. Maybe next week could give us a spark. But the Kansas City Chiefs defense, man, this is Spag's 5th year in Kansas City. He has 2 Super Bowl wins in his previous 4 seasons. And the Chiefs always usually start off slow on defense, and as the year go on, they develop and can handle more and more by playoff time. But this year, we didn't start off slow. We're starting off great. That's why the NFL should be nervous, honestly. And Chris Jones, man, he had a crazy debut. Like he honestly went crazy. To be real with you, he went crazy. And Charles Omeni, who's now been back, we know how he is when it comes to interior rushing. So I can't wait to see Charles Omeni. And we're going to play some struggling offenses in the next 2 weeks. We're going to play the Bears and the Jets, which is going to even make our defensive stats look even better. And then when we play the Vikings, that game will be like, okay, let's see how we can handle them. Because Justin Jefferson is an honest force to be reckoned with. Now, we're going to be getting into some players that impressed. So first, I have Patrick Mahomes, obviously. He had no problem spinning the ball around. He connected with 12 different receivers and somehow Donovan Smith for some reason. And Mahomes finished 29 of 41 for 305 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had an interception, but he also rushed for 30 yards on 7 attempts. Then you got Isaiah Pacheco, who obviously didn't really get that much carries in the first half, but the second half of tough running, it goes to show you how, when we're running the ball, we're very dominant. Pacheco had 70 yards on 12 carries, averaged 5.8 per rush. He was finding ways to wear down the defense, and he opened up passing opportunities late in the game. And then You got Travis Kelce, who obviously didn't go crazy with yards, but you know, he was drawing penalties. Not in a good way, actually. That was a bad way. He was drawing penalties in a bad way because he was so frustrated. But he was physical with their defense. You know, he had 4 catches, but 26 yards and a touchdown, which is solid. You know, just a little return, he'll be fine. You got Chris Jones, who reminded the football world why he's one of the best defensive linemen in football. His first game back, he was out there getting sacks. He had 1.5. He had a TFL. He had a pass deflection. He was knocking down Lawrence a lot, getting a lot of pressure. Then Richie James, you know, he had a very bad game. He dropped the pass. He wasn't running routes right, stuff like that. Jawan Taylor, very bad game. A bunch of penalties, getting called out for his exaggerated blocking stance. And you got Trent McDuffie, who did very good. Very good. Trent McDuffie had a very good game. Nick Bolton had a very good game. Leo Chenal had a very good game. Definitely going to be making a video on Leo Chenal soon. For sure. That has to be done. And yeah, man, I can't wait for next week as well. So honestly, I just believe that if this defense could continue this and keep up this great play, then Chris Jones and the rest of the defense are going to have a very great year. A very, very great year. I'm sorry I'm sick right now. You know, the weather change. The weather change is kind of messing me up here in New York. But I'm very sick. And if you hear something in the background, that's the rain dropping down. But I probably can't hear it because it's not that, like, you know. But yeah, I'm very sick. The weather change is really bothering me. But I still got y'all a video out because, you know, the content is never going to stop. You know, the content doesn't stop. I have to keep dropping great videos for y'all, making sure I'm bringing y'all a lot of content because y'all support me. And a lot of y'all say y'all love my content, so I'm going to keep dropping it. Definitely going to keep dropping it. And the Chiefs are going to be very, very good with this defense. I love it, honestly. I love every bit of it. I can't wait to see it. And it's going to be great to watch with this defense in the playoffs in full effect when our offense starts to click and our offense show how good that they can be. It's going to be very nice to watch, man. And I'm not really ever too worried about the offense because we know the offense is going to be very good regardless. So I'm not worried about the defense or the offense. I'm happy that the defense is actually this good because, let's be real, we never really had a great defense like this. Like, you know, this never really happened. We never really had such a great defense this good in a minute in the Mahomes era. And usually it starts off bad. I'm so glad it didn't start off bad this year because if our offense would have started off like this and our defense, man, we would have been in a very bad situation. So thank God that didn't happen. But if you enjoyed this video, man, it's been your boy Chiefs Priority, and I'm out. Peace.